amassers. And for amassers, they are happiest, when they have large amounts of money in their account. I have a client who tells me every Monday, please, I need my portfolio. I mean, you're like, the prices haven't really changed that much. Imagine, seriously, they haven't. Let's do once. He's like, every Monday. And he's a very busy CEO, But he wants every Monday, I must send him his portfolio valuation report. They just love to look at their statements, see where they've reached. Okay, now we are. They feel, accomplished. For them, money is equal to self-esteem. And money is prestige, power, and success, even self-worth for them. These guys may be called stingy by the people around them, and they're generally workaholics. Actually, for these guys, they need to be careful because they work so hard and they're so absorbed in the making of the money that sometimes they can lose family members. They feel, you're with them, all they're talking about is business. You're with them, all they're talking about is this investment. It's like, ask me how I am, perhaps. Let's talk about something else. Why do we need to keep talking about money or business or strategy or, let's be easy, man. And then they like high rates of return, but very interesting, they like to make their own financial decisions. You remember the other person who's the avoider who goes to a financial advisor and says, please just help me and manage this. These guys will be like, Ati, you're saying? You financial advisor? I know better. Yeah, I know better. Just okay, give me, or they'll talk to several, do their research, analyze for themselves, and then make a decision. They typically will make their own financial decisions. And then the last personality is called a money monk. Are you recognizing yourselves? The last one is a money monk. For money monks, money is dirty. Too much money is, having too much money will corrupt me, is how they feel. That it's not right to have too much money. And money is the root of all evil. And we all know that that's not true. But that's just how they feel. And so they generally will identify with people of modest means. They want to just hang out with people who have modest means. They don't want to be seen with flashy people with flashy cars, and even if they do have the money. In fact, if they inherit money, it's like, wait, who am I going to give this away to? Because they feel anxious if they come into a windfall. So maybe an inheritance, or they sell a house and they get a lot of money or something like that. So these are the different personalities. I think the idea is to realize and to recognize there's advantages and there's disadvantages. There's strengths and there's weaknesses with each and every one of them. For hoarders, it's fantastic that they have such a strength to be able to budget and manage their money so well. However, they need a balance, because if your child is asking for popcorn, even if it's not in the budget, really, 50 bob? There's sometimes you just need to live a little. For spenders, their strength is the fact that they're able to live and enjoy life. So if your wife is a spender, give her a break. I think this thing for me, by the way, and with everything I am sharing, is from pain points. I think one of the greatest challenges I had with managing money was also when I got married, because we're very different, my husband and I, in the way that we manage our money. But when I read and understood this research that was done by a lady called Olivia Mellon on money personalities, I was like, oh my gosh, this is why, we fight about this. And I started to empathize with my husband and understand it's not that he's trying to frustrate me, and it's not that I want to frustrate him. It's just that's how we relate with money, because for him money is equal to security. For me, money is equal to prestige and self-worth, and we're different, and money is to be enjoyed, and for the other person money is to be hoarded. So it just depends, and understanding and being aware of your personality really helps you to then understand why you behave the way that you do, and recognize those weaknesses that you have and the strengths that you have, and see how to then leverage on the strengths and work on the weaknesses where you can, and see how to partner together, especially for those who are in relationships. So if you're a hoarder, I'd say, just pick a certain amount of money and say, this month I'm going to spend 2,000 shillings on my wife. Yeah? Buy her flowers, something that you consider frivolous that she would enjoy, or for your girlfriend, or for your mother, And just for 1 week, just don't look at the budget. Or go shopping at Naivas or Carrefour or wherever it is that you go shopping without a list. And let's see how you survive that. For spenders, I have so much advice, by the way. I would say, please decide today. Put a number down and say from today, whenever you get money, week, 2 weeks, month, I don't know, you're going to save 10% or 2,000 shillings, whatever that is, and consistent. In fact, if you can put a standing order so that it disappears before you even know it's there, the better. Just have the money disappear and go to a savings account that you will not even know that it exists, or to like a money market fund. And I'll come back another time if Janet will allow me to explain what all these things are. And ask a friend to keep you accountable. If you need to go shopping, just ask a friend to come along and say, by the way, I need to use a list. And if I put something that's not on the list, just call me out. For money monks, I think it's really just to think through, who do I know who's wealthy? Who got their wealth through the right means? Because there are people who've worked hard. Look at Kibewa Mei. I'm sure even his society or where he lives, he's probably one of the wealthiest. But somebody can be encouraged by that story and say, by the way, anyway, I can actually make money and be wealthy without having to steal. For avoiders, I think the important thing for you, if you're an avoider, is to take time and invest in your financial knowledge and growing your knowledge. Because the reason you feel overwhelmed, incompetent, where managing money is concerned, is because you don't have the knowledge. And you're just like, by the way, I just honestly don't know. And when you think about it, you're just like, oh gosh, where do I start? So start by committing. I'm going to read a book about money. I'm going to follow this person on Facebook, on YouTube, on, there's so many people, free resources online that you can actually start to use to understand how money works. And then just start tracking where you spend your money. For amassers, try and spend at least 1 week without looking at your accounts and engage in activities with your family and your loved ones that don't necessarily require money, and don't talk about business. Great, so we're done with money personalities.